Hello.
Hello.
This is Chelsea and I, and this is our reflective writing assignment. But we're not doing as writing. It's a blog.
Always what happens. Okay.
Alright, so we've got a couple questions lined up.
We'll jump right into it, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna just go with it. Why did we choose our topic?
Well, I think we chose our topic because it was so different and not norms.
Yeah, it wasn't a war. It wasn't
a topic out of the textbook.
Out of the textbook, yeah. No, you found very little about that in the textbook. There was a blurb in the textbook about it, but not very big.
No.
We chose our topic generally when we first met with you, and it was like a big, huge, like we're throwing music, we're gonna throw in dance.
Yeah, we had tons of information. We thought we'd have nothing, and we had just way too much. It was a little bit overwhelming.
It would have been too much.
Too much.
It would have been bad. So we had to narrow it down a lot from how we first wanted it to do it. And we chose those two because they were from the same war.
Yeah, one event, two different stories.
Two different stories.
And two different sides.
Very much so. Yeah. But very popular people.
Exactly, yeah.
Very well known.
And, they're just different, and they weren't accurate. They both weren't accurate, which was something that we touched on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, we figured we could express ourselves a little bit more with a topic like this.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next question. What did we learn?
Well, I learned a lot. So I did a lot of the background research of it, about the war itself, and just kind of like the setting of the pictures and stuff like that. And I found a lot more details about it that we didn't really touch upon in class, and a lot that wasn't in the textbook or throughout other presentations. I found that, like, for example, Montcalm, he was asking for help, and he was trying to get more people to help him, and no one was helping him. He asked, hey, I think people are going to try to attack Quebec and Louisbourg, and I think we should move more troops there. And they basically just shrugged him off and said, we'll do what we want to do, and sucks to be you kind of thing. And no one was helping him, and he knew, and in turn he kind of died over it, right?
Yeah.
So it just, I learned a lot about Montcalm and his background, and how he bought his way into the military, and how he never really deserved to be a captain. And maybe if he wouldn't have...
Wolf?
No, Montcalm.
Oh.
Montcalm has paid his way to be a captain, and if...
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think.
And it's... Maybe if he actually deserved to be a captain, or, worked his way up to be a captain, he would have had that experience that he needed to, defend against an army that was so big. Like, when he was getting his cruise ships in, he was getting a 20, you guys came in with 20 troops, and you got, the British was ready to go, right?
Yeah, however we wanted to get it bad.
Yeah, and, and he just wasn't ready.
Yeah, but then it just shows, like you didn't find a lot of research about your painting at all.
No.
About the painting itself. That's why you focused more on the background and the war.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot about the painting itself, and just a little bit about the flaws in it. There wasn't a lot about the artist itself, because his uncle was a famous artist, and he was kind of like the shadow, if you'd say. People thought, he's just gonna be an artist because his uncle is, just to kind of shrug him off a little bit. And we searched from really high and low, and all we got was 4 or 5 sentences about him in lots of Canadian encyclopedias and different things.
yeah, we found much more about Wolf and him and Benjamin West, like, and that wasn't. I couldn't even include a lot of what was in there.
Yeah, there's tons.
There's like 4 paintings that came out before this Death of Wolf that were done by different artists.
Yeah,
and all somewhat similar. Some of them were more accurate, and some of them were like not as accurate. But for some reason, this one by West was so popular.
Yeah,
and that's what we were trying to
figure out.
Figure out, and that's what we did learn, is that a lot of, like, what made these paintings successful maybe were their inaccuracies, because it's what people
and more elaborate. Like they were just
imagine the Death of Wolf is the whole story about the war. That war.
Yeah.
That it was that entire day from the one side to the other side. It was the whole day. It was completely depicted.
Yeah,
there's things in there that weren't even there, but that was to make a point. That was his interpretation of the event.
And just like Marius, like he painted him dying on a battlefield. Well, actually, he died in a church in a shell cabinet thing, a hole cave. That's what I'm looking for. In this cave, underground cave underneath the church. Which
that scares me. I've been to a lot of churches, and probably people.
Yeah, they're very famous people under there. So lots of time. They're in shell cave areas though. I think it was made out of bone. Not bone. I just not what it was made out of I think just rock or some kind of steel. I don't remember, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But in a cave, that's all. Yeah. But like I said, yeah, there was no evidence saying that the people that were there were even there. And I'm assuming they probably weren't there, because if he was stabbed. If he got stabbed, or like they probably would have just taken him off the field. Let us take him off the field, let's get him to a hospital, let's save this guy. Not they weren't gonna stand around and be like, oh, like, I don't know, like they just wouldn't do that, right? Like,
well, they kind of did with Wolf. They didn't have much choice. He was like,
well, he was dying.
He was dying.
Yeah, he was dying before that. He was really sick.
Yeah.
Wolf was a very sick man. He had a lot of problems, health issues.
I'm just gonna bring up our questions again, because they disappeared off my phone. Okay. What did we like about our presentation?
Okay, we really liked the activity that we chose. It was different than a class discussion, which a lot of people did.
Yeah, it was interactive, and I loved the drawings that we got out of it. I had them all, and I was going to scan them and put them on on a single piece of paper and stuff, but they kind of got destroyed in my car. My child really liked them, and they got wet.
I dirty. I felt like grubby hands.
So I feel really bad for losing those precious pieces apart, because they would have been super cool to have on file.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and I just think, it wasn't something they expected, which was cool.
Yeah.
A lot of our comments that we had on our outline or the grading rubric said, like, nice, like, activity. It was really hands-on, like, had a lot of fun. And it was even fun looking at the other pictures and seeing, like,
the difference. Yeah.
How other people interpreted the same passage that they interpreted. How did they see it? What words did they draw upon? What sentences did they draw upon? Like, what colors did they use? What was their setting like? Oh, that setting wasn't like my setting.
Yeah, and had the presentation been a whole, I think it would have been more connected to the point that we were trying to get across. Because we did have some things, we did explain it in our learning objectives, but it all ties together in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would have had a better flow to it, and I think we had a comment saying that they didn't really understand. I think they would have maybe more understood if it would have flowed.
Yeah.
Because we just had the video, then we just have the summary, right? Like, it would have we would have been able to connect the pieces.
Yeah.
Connect the dots there.
Connect the dots, yeah. But more on what we liked, and I think I really loved the video. And I put a lot of time into editing that video. And I really liked how it turned out. Mm-hmm. Where it wasn't too boring, it wasn't too drawn out. It wasn't a PowerPoint.
Like everyone else.
I tried to make it funny. we tried to do a lot to make it as unique as possible.
And not so boring for the class.
Yeah.
Sometimes history topics you can get a little dry. Sometimes
I get sleepy. A little bit.
A little bit. But it's just gotta make things spicy.
So what would we have changed then? The sick factor.
The sick factor.
I am still sick.
I think that was the worst 3 weeks of my life. Got the wisdom teeth taken out, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
It was all downhill from there.
And then I got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't for me. It was different sicknesses, so definitely didn't pass that one on. And I had a bacterial infection in my stomach.
Mine's in my throat, so.
Well, mine went from my back to first it was in my stomach, and I was like, I'm gonna go into your throat and give you strep throat. Pretty sure my boyfriend's gonna kill me after that 2.5 weeks, but it's okay.
But we made it through, and we appreciate the extra time that you've given us and everything. Sure. And I think we do work well together. We've worked together before. And
yeah, for sure. And we we would have changed. We would have been able to add a lot more things and make it perfect. Add more detail, add more. With time. And
it's tough with me, with the kid, her sickness, my sickness, everything piled on top of each other.
December and November, December was a rough month just with personal problems, and we had some rough luck and we were slammed. You had your art courses, I had 5 academic courses. We were just packed. Our time books were full. We were just penciling in history as much as we could, and it was just rough. We just hit a really bad patch of our life all at the same time, both of us. It was great. Great times.
Good times.
So, give it a change, we added more stuff, and, I think we would have done a lot better if we would have had time to do it. Things. Yeah, I think we would have. I think if we would have been able to had the time that we wanted to do it, I think we would have done a lot better. I think we could have added more things, make things perfect.
Yeah.
But in life, you just don't have enough time.
No. So, not all the time.
No. You don't got all the time, especially as a college student and as a mom.
So overall, then, how did we do? We kind of answered that.
Yeah. For the given circumstances, I think we did all right.
I think we did good. I wouldn't say we did the best that we could have, but I think we did good. I enjoyed our presentation. As keeners, we weren't great.
We weren't on
our A game, because usually we are on our A game. But I liked the class. I did. I wasn't sure coming into it.
Yeah, we were nervous coming into history class. We were taking a history class, and to be honest, in high school, I hated history, and I wasn't hated it, and then we got to my phone, and
but it was okay.
It was good. If I had time in my timetable, I'd try to take a history course. I would. It's interesting, learning things you didn't know. Me myself, I love to learn things. I love to learn new things, especially facts about things. That's why I think I like anthropology so much. I love learning things. I love learning those facts. I
think that's why we're in school.
Yeah.
Is because we like learning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Well, I mean, I like learning, the historical facts. I do. I just think whenever high school was dry. But, I mean, I like
depends on the teacher. When you have a great teacher,
we do.
Then you enjoy the class, whether you like the content or not.
I think you made the course very well. I think
so, too.
Yeah.
We're getting completely off topic. I think we're supposed to be talking about us.
Yeah, not you.
You're great. We love you.
Yeah. What else did we change? Do we? like, I think we did the best we could, and I'm proud of what we did. We really came together.
I wish I knew more about, like, we went to the thing in the library to prep us for how to write these history things and stuff, but I found sourcing things really difficult. And
yes,
where
sourcing, I struggle with sourcing in every subject. And
it was
for me, sourcing's really difficult. And
yeah.
So, yeah, I think, and you know, sometimes a little, like, we were a little bit uneasy of what exactly we needed to do.
Yeah, especially with the lesson plan. I wasn't sure
of
what exactly you wanted. Where did...
Yeah, both of us are very structured people where we need exact guidelines of what we need to do.
Yeah, we don't really need our hands held, but
no,
we need to know what's going on. And I felt a little unsure at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's because I just didn't read the instructions. Well, no, I usually do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe we just... I don't know.
It's different. It's different for us too, right?
Yeah.
There's a different type of course that we haven't taken.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's different than my sociology classes. It's different than, you know, our education classes that we've taken and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just a learning experience for us, and, you know...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we took the course.
I am glad we took the course too.
And I'm glad we did this project because I did learn a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And I really enjoyed this project because, you know, like, a lot of teachers just give you worksheets and they just give you, here's an assignment on the chapter here. But you really let us go and find out what we wanted to know about history.
Yeah, and like having the options is great.
Us pretty much free range. Like, you know, like, oh, you guys are interested in this. Go ahead, see what you can get, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you also gave us guidance that way, like, oh, I think, you know, you should maybe do it that, like, which was awesome, like, you know, and I think his name's Paul. Is his name Paul?
Paul's awesome.
Paul's awesome. He really helped us out. We were in the library almost pretty much in tears because we had too much information. We were stressed out.
Oh yeah,
and all we did
covered in like books, nothing but books. Because we had history, we had art history, we had art, we had like journals.
And we just ran and said, we need Paul. We just need Paul.
We hunted him.
We thought his name was Steve, and it was kind of awkward. It was a funny story. It was Paul.
It was Paul.
We went to the library and said, we think his name is Steve, and he likes history. And they said, oh, you're talking about Paul. We're like, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. We need.
I wish he could have been there to see our presentation, too.
Oh, he wasn't there?
No.
Where was Paul?
Paul, because that was the day we watched the first half of the video. And he ended up leaving because he couldn't stay through the whole thing.
Aww.
And so he missed the video part, but he was there for the drawing part.
Aww.
I gave him the link to it.
He probably watched it. He probably did. Good old Paul.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul pretty much saved our life. Just as we did.
Yeah.
Good teamwork.
Good teamwork for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got teamwork.
Alright, we're gonna let you go. Thanks again.
It's been a long night, so
and
yeah.
And we will talk to you soon, hopefully in hallways and many things to come.
Maybe, who knows, maybe we can squeeze in the history class next year. Maybe. I don't know, I gotta take some like
next year maybe.
Next year I gotta take some stats and stuff, so maybe not, but we'll see where the day takes us. Alright, have a good Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bye.